Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, we shall be starting to solve question number 11 from the exercise 9.3. We already have covered the first 10 questions of this exercise. Now let's move forward and solve the question number 11. So in question number 11, they are asking you to solve this thing, summation. What does this sign represent? It tells you about the summation, right? It is SUMMATION, summation, and it means that we have to add all the terms, right? So that the term here, which is summation k varying from 1 to 11 of the term 2 plus 3 raised to power k. Here k varies, right? So the value of k would be 1 to 11. So the first term would be 2 plus 3 raised to power 1. Next term would be 2 plus 3 raised to power 2. Next term would be 2 plus 3 raised to power 3. And we have to add all of them, all of these terms, right? And the last term would be 2 plus 3 raised to power 11, because only k is variable here. K varies from 1 to 11. So that means the value of k would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 9, 10 and 11, right? These would be the terms. Now we have to solve this summation. We have to solve what is the value of this sum, right? So in order to solve this sum, what we will do here, we will collect all the terms containing 2 together in one bracket. So this is what I have done here. I have written 2 plus 2 how many times? 11 times, because these are total 11 terms, right? Next, what I have done, in another bracket I have clubbed all the terms which are powers of 3. So 3 raised to power 1 plus 3 raised to power 2 plus 3 raised to power 3 plus 3 raised to power and so on. Because we can do that, we can just shuffle up the terms, because in addition we can do that. Addition is associative. So that is why all the 3 terms, they are represented in this bracket. Now you can very clearly see what is this. This is a GP, right? The first term here is 2. The common ratio here is 1. So basically here what would be the sum of all the terms? Sum of these 11 terms in this case would be equal to the first term a multiplied by the number of terms, which is 11. So the answer would be 2 into 11, right? This is simple addition of terms, right? And in the second case we also have a GP. This is also a GP, right? Here the first term a is 3. Here the common ratio is also 3. So what is and there are total 11 terms. So this common ratio is 3, which is greater than 1. So what is the sum of first 11 terms here? It is a, right? R raised to power n minus 1, r raised to power 11 minus 1 divided by r minus 1. So we can substitute the values here. The value of a is 3, the value of r is 3. So we can substitute and solve for these values. So let's see what is the answer. 2 into 11 is 22, right? There 3 minus 1 is 2, right? And we can leave this 3 raised to power 11 minus 1 as such, because solving it would be quite lengthy. So you can leave your answer to this much portion, right? So this is the sum up to first 11 terms. This is the value of the summation, correct? Now next, let's move on to our question number 12. In this question, we are given that the sum of first 3 terms of GP is 39 upon 10 and their product is 1. So sum of first 3 terms is given and the product of first 3 terms is given. We need to find the value of common ratio R and what all terms are there which produce this and this condition. So let's first of all assume those 3 terms. Usually our terms are A1, A2, A3, right? But and you know what is A1? A1 is just A, and you know A2, what is it? It is A into R. You know what is A3? It is A into R square. But as I have told you previously while we were discussing the concept, that we will select the terms in such a way that it would reduce our computation. So we will select the terms as A upon R, A and AR. Now notice that these 3 terms are also in GP. Why? Because when you divide the second term by the first term, when you divide A by R, you would have R as the common ratio. And when you divide this third term by the second term, that is AR by A, you would have R, which is again the common ratio, right? So in this case, all these three terms, they are in GP, and when you multiply them, this R and this R would cancel each other, so our calculation would be easier in this case. So you see their product is equal to 1 and their sum is equal to 39 upon 10. Let's mark them as equation number 1 and equation number 2. Here R and R cancel, so we are left with a cube is equal to 1. So you can solve for the real roots of this equation. A cube is equal to 1. So only plus 1 comes out to be the value of A. So we have calculated our first term. Now we can substitute this value in our equation number 1. So that we would have 1 upon R plus 1 into R, which is R, is equal to 39 upon 10, like this. And we can solve this to calculate what is the value of R. So for that we need to take the LCM here. LCM comes out to be R, right? Here it would be 1, here it would become R, here it would become R square, that is equal to 39 upon 10. So we can solve this thing, we can cross multiply both sides and then take add the like terms. So it would be 10R square. We can shift it to this side so that it would become minus 29 plus 10. So this would be our quadratic equation, and we need to solve this equation. So we can factorize it. We have 100 here as the product, so the factors of 100 are 25 and 4, which make the sum as 29. So we can write minus 29R as minus 25R and minus 4R. We can take 5R common from these two terms and minus 2 common from these two terms, so that we would have the factors as 5R minus 2 and 2R minus 5. So either this thing is true or this thing is true, right? If this is true, then the value of R is 2 by 5. If this is true, the value of R come to be 5 by 2. So we will take both the cases. The value of R could be 2 by 5. When it is 2 by 5, our terms, they were A upon R, A, right, AR. So because the value of A was 1, so our terms would become 1 by R, 1 and R, right? So when you take the value of R as 2 by 5, it would become 1 divided by 2 by 5, 1 and 2 by 5. These are the three terms. And when you take the value of R as 5 by 2, they become 1 by 5 by 2, 1 and 5 by 2. So you can solve this, it would become 2 by 5. And you can solve this, it would become 5 by 2. So these are the terms of your GP when the common ratio is 2 by 5 and 5 by 2 respectively. So I hope you understood these two questions well. Well, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching.